So, welcome everyone again. So, this is the third na part sa ating SAIS training. So, yung first day, we have for all end users. Tapos, second day, students. Ito na yung third part. So, hindi na natin siguro patagalin. Sir Balong, please, start na siguro tayo. Thank you.
Yes, yes po. Good afternoon po, everyone. So, I'm Sheherazade Ocampo II. So, commonly known as Balong. So, Balong na lang po ang tawag niyo sa akin. Since mahirap ang first name ko. And then, I'm the current team lead of the ITDC SAIS team under the Office of the Vice President ITDC Department. So, yun. Today, we will conduct the training for the faculty and advisor self-service. So, I've shared yung link po. So, if we have interruptions po dun sa mga connections natin, we did earlier po on the previous batch of the trainees dun sa morning, they play po itong video presentation na po na ito na present po namin. And then, kasi nagkaroon ng issue na intermittent connections. So, we advise kung pwede nyo din po panoorin. Ito on the other tab. But I have shared also this link to Don. He will play po yung video presentation na prepare namin for this training. Yan. Thank you, Don. And last, we'll share po with you the before we start, Don, give me a minute po. I'll share to you the link so that we can log into the system and try yung mga step-by-step po na nasa video presentation natin. So just a minute po. URL. Yan, and also for the faculty, for the advisor. So you can log in po kahit ilang login po pwede yan. So walang restriction naman po sa logins. Para when we play this video, we can follow the steps. Yan. So, I think, yeah, okay na tayo. Don, pwede natin i-play. So, let me know po if may issue tayo sa account. Just drop or chat na lang po while playing this video. Magsasagot po ako ng mga questions. Thank you. Please play na doon.
You may access SAIS in any browser using the URL on the screen or simply type sais.up.edu.ph. Faculty Self-Service. Once you have logged in, you will see a menu list on the left side of the screen. Click Self-Service to expand it. Click Faculty Center to expand it. The Faculty Center is a self-service component that provides instructors a single entry point from which to begin navigation to instructor-related transactions. Under Faculty Center we have 6 sub-modules that are surely helps the faculty to perform instructor-related transactions online. My Schedule, Class Roster, Grade Roster, Gradebook, Assignments, Class Attendance. My Schedule. To view your teaching schedules and exam schedules, from the self-service page, click the View My Schedule. Your teaching and exam schedules will appear in grid format. You can view your schedules into 2 different display options. These are: Show All Classes, Show Enrolled Classes Only. Show All Classes is the default display option. It displays all of the classes assigned to you. while Show Enrolled Classes only displays only the classes assigned to you and enrolled by the students. You can see other terms data using the Change Term button. Each assigned class is listed with its attributes. For each class you can see a class detail link, class title, count of enrolled students, scheduled days and times, scheduled room, and finally, class dates. The icons on the left side of each row are used to access the class roster, grade roster, gradebook, and class assignments. Instructors can also click the link under the class to show course catalog and schedule information. Click the View Weekly Teaching Schedule link to display your class schedule for the current week. You can customize the view of your weekly schedule in a number of ways. Class Roster. Class Roster displays your current semester's courses, classes. It contains all of the information about your classes. It includes description of your class, days and time, room, instructor assigned, date, and your roster's information. Class Roster also has information about the enrollment status, total enrollment capacity, and total students enrolled. You can view the list of your students into two different display options: link to photos and include photos in list. Faculties can notify students via email on the two display options. In the Link to Photos display option, select students you want to notify and click Notify Selected Students button. If you want to notify all of your advisees, simply click the Notify All Advisees. In the Include Photos in List display option, if you want to notify selected students, search the student by clicking the Find button, or you can easily select View All to view all of your advisees, then select or check the Notify checkbox and click Notify Selected Advisees button. Under the notification page, transfer or remove the email of your advisees under BCC into to. Provide your notification or email subject on the Subject section. Provide your notification or email message on the Message Text section and click Send Notification. Email will be successfully sent to the students if you receive this message. Grade Roster, Faculty Access. Grade Roster. In this module, the faculty can view or enter the grades of the students. In My Schedule, click the Grade Roster logo beside the subject name, or click the Grade Roster tab. Click the Change Class button to choose the class that you want to give grades. Under the name of the student, click the drop-down menu to access the list of grades and choose the corresponding grade. You can use the drop-down menu to choose the grade and assign it to a group of students with the same grade, and click the Add this grade to selected students button. If you want to notify the students, click the Notify Selected Students button or Notify All Students button to give notification to students about the grades. Under the Approval status, choose from the drop-down list of Approved, Not Reviewed, Ready for Review for the status of the grade roster and click Save. Gradebook and Class Assignment, Faculty Access. Gradebook and Class Assignments. Gradebook helps you monitor class assignments and grades, as well as facilitate communication between instructors and students. In My Schedule, click the Class Assignment logo beside the subject name, or click the Class Assignments tab. Click the magnifying glass to choose the assignment category for the class. Under the Details section, check the necessary checkbox if it's required. Assessed. Include for midterm grade. Import grades. Allow students to view grades. Under Points section, input the total maximum points and weight in points. Under Days, Duration section, input the number days after class begins, duration, estimated grading duration. In Notes section, if there's a note, message that you want to input, just input it in Notes and the student who takes the subject will be able to read the notes you inputted. Input the assignment category, or you can use the magnifying glass to access all assignment categories. You can input multiple assignment categories and set the weight percentage for the grades. Select the grading scheme, select the grading basis, set up the mark and the equivalent grade. Click Save. Gradebook. To access the gradebook, in My Schedule, click the gradebook logo beside the subject name, or click the Gradebook tab. Input the grades of the students based on their homeworks. It depends what category you configured in class assignments. Click Save. Class Attendance. Class Attendance. Through the Class Attendance page, you can create attendance rosters for one class meeting or for all class meetings within a single scheduled class. Through the Attendance Roster Generator page, you can create attendance rosters for all scheduled classes or for a selection of scheduled classes within a term. To access the list of classes assigned to you, input the institution and term and click the search button and choose one class to generate the class attendance. Click the Generate button to generate the list of days of the class. Select and choose from the list to indicate the reason why the student did not attend the class. Save and return. Campus Personal Information. It provides an easy way for self-service users to update basic personal information about themselves at any time without having to visit your offices or complete and mail a hard copy form. To access Personal Data Summary, click Main menu. Self-service. Campus Personal Information. Personal Data Summary. Personal Data Summary page contains links to self-service pages showing the individual's personal data. Optionally, you can also set the summary page to display the person's contact information and lists of holds and to-dos for the student's convenient viewing and for any staff viewing data for that individual. If you have questions, concerns or issues,
Okay,
listed below
thank you
are the
for
contact.
thank you Don for presenting the video presentation. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, Manong.
Okay, thank you. So yan po, hope may ano tayo, may mga nasundan po tayo, but yes, you can view or watch again the video presentation po sa video.up.edu.ph. So just search faculty self-service and then lalabas na po yung video presentation na yan. So yun, we have questions. So after dako na po tayo sa question and answer po. So we have the first question from Ma'am Joanna, sorry. So can we for the record, basahin ko lang po. Can we put the weight at the end of the semester or maybe revise it at the end? So pwede naman ma'am, but actually like you said po sa second question nyo, if integrated siya sa Canvas, so for record purposes na lang siguro ma'am, if we need to integrate yung mga grading sheet natin sa Canvas po. But about the Canvas integration in SAIS, we have integrated the UP Manila Canvas po in SAIS. It's not automated but we have processes po and I think may initiation na din po itong development na to through the Canvas integration in SAIS. May initiation na din po to with the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs po ng UP Mindanao, which is si BC Nilo. Yan, we are working with it na po. So, next na tayo. Yan, before we start, ito po yung pwede natin gamitin ditong account, yung faculty_advisor. Sinat ko din po ito dito and yan, you can log in po as an advisor account using yung sinend ko pong credentials or username and password. Go na, Don.
You may access SAIS in any browser using the URL on the screen or simply type sais.up.edu.ph. In this video, we will discuss the advisor self-service. Once you have logged in, you will see a menu list on the left-hand side of the screen. Click the triangle next to self-service to expand it. Click the triangle next to Advisor Center to expand it. The Advisor Center is a central location to access advisee academic information, advisement reports, and advisement tools to facilitate graduation. Under the Advisor Center, we have 5 sub-modules that surely help the advisors to communicate and advise their advisees. These are My Advisees, Advisee Student Center, Advisee General Info, Advisee Transfer Credit, and last, Advisee Academics. To view your roster of student advisees, from the self-service page, click the View My Advisees link. Your list of advisees will appear. You can view the list of your advisees into 2 different display options. These are Link to Photos and Include Photos in the list. Link to Photos is the default display option. It only displays the list of your advisees in a table form. While Include Photos in the list have a different user interface and display the list of your advisees individually including their photos. Advisors can also view the photo of advisees in Link to Photos display option by clicking the icon under the photo column of the table. Note, if you do not have advisees on your My Advisees page, please contact your respective CUs to tag your advisees. Advisors can also notify advisees via email on the 2 display options. In the Link to Photos display option, select students you want to notify and click Notify Selected Advisees button. If you want to notify all of your advisees, simply click the Notify All Advisees. In the Include Photos and List display option, If you want to notify selected students, search the student by clicking the Find button, or you can easily select View All to view all of your advisees, then select or check the Notify and click Notify Selected Advisees button. Under the notification page, transfer or remove the email of your advisees under BCC into to. Provide your notification or email subject on the Subject section. Provide your notification or email message on the Message Text section and click Send Notification. An email will be successfully sent to the students if you receive this message. Note: if you receive a different message, it means that your notification is not successfully sent. Please contact the help desk and raise your concern. Advisee Student Center gives advisors a centralized page to access academic records, advisement reports, and advisement tools of his/her advisees. Search Advisee you want to access their academic records under the Change Advisee section. Click the drop-down and select Advisee you want to access, and lastly click the Change button. In the Advisee Student Center, we have access to your advisees' academic records. These are academics, personal information, holds, to-do list, milestones, enrollment dates, advisor. Under Academics, it has a link to access advisees' self-service modules. These are My Class Schedule, Shopping Cart, My Planner. Aside from that, you can see also the weekly schedule of your advisees in table format. The Academic section also has access to the advisees' academic requirements, assignments, course history, exam schedule, grades, transcript but not official, transfer of credit report and what if report. Under Personal Information, it has a link to access advisees' self-service modules. These are Demographic Data, Emergency Contact, and Contact Information. Holds provides a list of hold items. Students can click the Details link to access the Hold self-service application page for more information. To-Do List provides a list of to-do items. These to-do items are pending checklist items or tasks, activity guide instances. Milestones provides a list of student milestones. Students can click the Details link to access the Student Milestone Details self-service page for more information. Enrollment Dates provides a list of enrollment dates. Provides advisor information. Students can click the Details link to access the View My Advisor self-service application page for more information. The General Info page provides advisors with access to the students' holds, groups, and contact information. If you have used the Student Services Center, this page will look familiar to you. The available sections are Service Indicators, Initiated Checklists, Student Groups, Personal Data, National ID, Names, Addresses, Phone, and Email addresses. Search Advisee you want to access their academic records under the Change Advisee section. Click the drop-down and select Advisee you want to access, and lastly click the Change button. Click Collapse All if you want to hide the information. Click the Expand All if you want to view all the information. And if you want to view selected information, click the Expand section on the left side of the student record you want to access. The Academics page puts the advisee's academic record at your fingertips. If you have used the Student Services Center, this page will look familiar to you. There are two parts to this page: institution/career/program and term summary. To change the advisee, click the down arrow to select another advisee, and then click Change. Under the institution/career/program, the top of the page provides at-a-glance information about your advisee's career track. This information includes when and where the student was admitted, where he or she intends to graduate from, what the student's current major is, what the student's current academic load is, and whether the student has an area of concentration or emphasis within that track. Click Edit Program Data to view or update the student's career track, depending on your access. If multiple programs, school or campus division, are displayed, click that term to view the student's academic record and cumulative progress through that term end date. Term Summary. The lower part of the page provides at-a-glance information about your advisee's academic record by term. This includes information about his/her academic level and current term load, term schedule, and academic progress with grade point average. There are 3 subsections on this part of the page, which can be collapsed by clicking on these headers: level, load, classes, and statistics. Click Edit Term Data to view or update the student's term activation record, depending on your access. If multiple terms are displayed, click that term to view the student's academic record and cumulative progress through that term end date. Click any class title to view the class detail page for that section. Click Term History to review your advisee's grade point average, term resignations, and academic standing. Click Quick Enrollment to register your student into classes for an upcoming term, depending on your access. The Quick Enroll component enables you to enter, update, and post class enrollment requests for both new and continuing students on a student-by-student basis. Request ID identifies the enrollment request as unique from other enrollment requests. ID, the ID of the student for whom you are submitting the enrollment request. Career, the academic career of the student for whom you are submitting the enrollment request. The institution, the academic institution for which you are submitting the enrollment request. The term for which you are submitting the enrollment request. Click the Show All Columns button to display all of the fields at the bottom of the page in a single, scrollable grid rather than in separate tabs. Click the Show Tabs button to display all of the fields at the bottom of the page in separate tabs rather than a single, scrollable grid. Click to process all non-posted rows of the enrollment request for the student. The enrollment engine performs validations as necessary at this time. If the enrollment engine encounters any errors, the system displays an enrollment request status of errors on the corresponding row of the request. You can view the error messages in the appropriate row's Error Messages group box. Action. An enrollment action is an action performed on the enrollment record. The system by default sets the enrollment action for the request to enroll, but you can override this default value. Add grade. Select to add a grade to the student's enrollment record for the corresponding class. Change grade. Select to change a grade on the student's enrollment record for the corresponding class. CHGWL Post. Change waitlist position. Select to change the student's waitlist position for the corresponding class. Drop. Select to drop the student from the corresponding class. Drop to WL. Drop to waitlist. Select to drop the student from the corresponding class and move the student to the waitlist for that class. Enroll. Select to enroll the student in the corresponding class. Change to. This field becomes available when you select an enrollment action of swap. Enter the number of the new class in which the student wants to be enrolled. Class description. The class description link becomes available after you enter a class number. The text for this link changes according to the title of the class that you selected. Click this link to access the class detail page, where you can view detail about the selected class. Section. The system displays the section of the class that you selected. Status. And labeled, the system displays the status of the enrollment request. Errors. The enrollment engine was unable to post the submitted enrollment request due to errors. Pending. The enrollment request is pending submission for enrollment processing. Messages. The enrollment engine was able to successfully post the enrollment request and has returned an informational message, such as the student's waitlist position. Click this link to view the messages on the enrollment message log page. Success. The enrollment engine was able to successfully post the enrollment request. class NBR or class number. If you are submitting a new enrollment transaction, enter the number of the class for the term. The system generates a class number when you schedule classes for a term. The class number also appears on the schedule of classes. Related 1, if you have select an enrollment action of enroll or swap, the related 1 and related 2 fields become available for edit. If the class has a related class that is not an auto-enroll class, select the class number in this field. The values that appear are those associated sections that are scheduled for the class in the schedule of classes. Related 2, if the class has another related class that is not an auto-enroll class, select the class number in this field. Please take note that as an advisor we only using the class enrollment tab. Other tabs cannot be used by the advisors depending on your access or security. If you have questions, concerns or issues, listed below are the contact
Okay.
details of your constituent university.
Thank Okay.
Listed below are the possible contact numbers of your constituent university.
You can stop na yung presentation doon. Yes. Yeah, we have tapos na po yung video natin about advisor self-service. So, we have a question again po with Ma'am Joanne. Hello? Audible, clear naman yung ano ko, Donnie view.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, yun. For the record, ma'am, basahin ko lang po. Change grade, who has the power to do that? Actually, ma'am, pinakita lang po namin yung mga possibility na pwedeng ibigay kay advisor under ng advisor self-service. But like I said din kanina sa batch, na unang batch no morning, actually tinanong din nila na ay yung ibang pinakita dito is not part of the advisors na or not the responsibility na of the advisors or advisors. Pinakita lang po namin yung mga available functions na pwedeng ibigay. But si UP Mindanao SAIS team or yung yung implementation team pa rin po yung mag-structure ng ating mga functionalities and then yung mga processes like sinabi din ni Sir Vlad earlier po. So basically yun nga, pinakita lang po talaga namin lahat ng functions. So nandun na talaga sa video. But in case na hindi naman natin siya gagamitin, we can exclude that po. Pwede naman po tanggalin yun. And then next question is swap section is now under the advisor. Yun ma'am, same answer din to that question. So pinakita lang po namin yung mga available functionality under the advisor self-service. Next is what is the related to function. So basically marami siyang details ma'am na under nun. So mga shortcuts lang. Shortcuts to links lang po.
Sabi kasi niya, if the subject is related to another subject.
Ayun, yung about dyan ma'am, for example is, may mga lab subjects kasi po. Wait, sa advisor. May mga ano po kasi parang related subjects yung ibang CU na tinatag. Balikan ko lang ma'am. Alam ko may scenario na ganito eh.
Baka someone in this study, no? Do we have an example from Mindanao? Professor Kobayashi?
Yung function na yan, ma'am, hindi natin yan i-ano, ma'am, i-implement.
Hindi siya relevant sa
Opo,
atin.
ma'am. O kasi ang gagawin kasi natin, ma'am, yung usual natin na workflow, example, yung kagayang ginagawa natin, yun pa rin, we'll just adjust itong SAIS as we have discussed na before na i-ano natin yung mga functionality and then we will try to look at our own workflow and then kung yung mga hindi natin need, kasi nga marami masyadong pwedeng gawin sa SAIS, no? Sometimes baka malito na tayo sa gagawin. So, i-streamline natin siya, ma'am. Dito.
Okay.
Then we will have a siguro we can discuss it UC or town hall kung ano yung magiging final na i-include natin na functionality para at least we are on the same page kung ano yung pwedeng magawa at ano yung hindi natin pwedeng magawa dito sa SAIS. Yes.
Yes, addition to that, sir, to the inputs of Sir Blood, ma'am. Pwede naman po natin i-activate yan isa-isa depending on the needs ng UP Mindanao po.
Thank you. That's good to hear.
Thank you. By the way, sir, may nag-ask sa akin private lang, direct message. So, point person sa UP Min. So, yung plan namin is we will have one person per college. So, CSM, isa din sa HSS, then isa din sa SOM. And then we'll have also person from OUR. So, ngayon, ganyan yung setup namin ngayon. And then, kung meron tayong mga problems, of course, we will start with dito sa atin muna. So, i-communicate muna doon sa college and then i-escalate kung hindi nila ma-solve sa OUR. And then finally, kung hindi natin kaya dito sa CU, we will escalate the problem doon na mismo sa ITBC kasi sila naman talaga yung nag-handle nito. Yan yung maganda kasi sa SAIS. Parang nawala na sa UP Min yung responsibility to really maintain, update, and handle problems related dito sa ating registration system. But in order to facilitate this, gumawa din kami ng email, no, a sort of ticketing system natin. So you can email us kung meron kayong na-encounter na problem sa SAIS dito sa nilagay ni Don sa baba na email. So sais_support.upmin@up.edu.ph. So mag-ano kayo doon, mag-email kayo doon kung meron kayong mga problems. Okay? And then from there we will just titingnan namin kung sino yung pwede maka-address, and then yun na nga, kung hindi natin kaya, then we communicate directly sa ITDC. So i-assure ko lang kayo na merong sasagot dyan, okay? If you email us through that email address. Yeah. Thank you.
Sir Vlad, nagtanong po si Ma'am Joanne ulit, are the
Yes.
students using SAIS na?
Yes, yung ano dito ma'am, yung pilot kasi yung testing natin. So ang una lang namin munang pinagamit is yung freshmen lang muna kasi una-una they don't need to use SAIS directly pa, but their data is already in SAIS kasi yung mga freshmen ang nag-i-enroll kasi niyan OUR. So, nandun na, and they can even access na yung mga freshmen muna, ma'am. So, ma-access na nila yung SAIS, then ma-access na rin nila yung mga self-service. Tapos, they can also access some reports, like, for example, Form 5. But for the other year level, ma'am, we are still in the process of providing accounts. The same with the faculty, no? Bibigyan namin kayo ng hindi bibigyan because you will be using your email address, our UP email address, yung @up.edu.ph, so that you can really use the production version nung SAIS. So to quickly answer that, yes for freshmen, but no for the other year levels. Kasi mag-start tayo dyan sa second sem na tayo mag-start.
May follow-up question, sir.
Yes.
Target implementation dates.
Okay. So ang ating dyan, Ma'am Jo, is so ito is all part of the kasi ito yung SAIS testing natin which runs for a year. Okay? So 1 year yan siya para to give us time, no? Kasi hindi lang yung end user yung kailangan ng time din to study SAIS, but also yung mga tech support natin, and also we call them frontliners, yung ating mga SREs. Tinitrain, mayroon din silang training, and then of course yung mga data migration, same with ITO. So yan, for 1 year yung SAIS testing natin, and then yung the whole UP Min now will test the SAIS on the second semester. Then after that, Ma'am Jo, we'll have some town hall or forum, no, yung sinasabi ko kanina, to really decide, no, if we are going to use SAIS na or we are going to stick with our existing system. So testing muna tayo, ma'am, hanggang second sem, hanggang matapos second sem, and hopefully the next academic year we all be using SAIS na. It's a new dawn and a new beginning for UP Mindanao. Well, for UP Mindanao, but karamihan ng CEO kasi either gumagamit na ng SAIS or the same as we are doing, tinetest nila. So yun yung plan ng ano ma'am, mga implementation natin. So I'll just give you yung mga SEM lang, yung mga ganun. Okay sir, so that's it for I think for the end user training. Marami namang resources, we will share it to everyone including the recording of this video. So from now, ano lang muna starting siguro ngayon hanggang ano sa second sem, try muna natin yung SAIS. We will be
Yeah,
enrolling you. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sorry to interrupt, sir. Yes
Okay,
po,
sir.
pwede po nating paglaruan yung accounts na binigay namin. So don't worry if may mga ano po kayo na mag-update ng data or gano'n. Pwede po natin gawin since test instance po siya. And then hindi naman po maapektuhan yung mga live data natin. So if you want to
Yes.
try, etc., etc. And then if you encountered questions po, I mean issue related dun sa testing niyo or sa pagpapamiliarize niyo po nung mga yung UI ni SAIS is just email na lang po yung UP Min SAIS team. Nandiyan din po yung email nila. So again, thank you
Yes.
po for attending this meeting and have a good day po sa lahat and then stay safe and well po and overing to Sir Vlad for closing remarks. Sir Vlad.
Yes. Wala na masyadong closing, sir. Ano lang, yun na lang
Sige lang, sir.
siguro. Kung meron kayong mga tanong, meron naka-assign each college dyan. You may directly communicate sa mga SREs natin. And then we will help you. Kung kailangan nyo talaga ng mga one-on-one, mga ganun, we will help you. Yes? Okay. So thank you so much. And have a nice, enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Thank you po. Ingat po.